Okay, let's do the income statement, and in one way you've already done that on the worksheet. If we go to the worksheet, we'll see there's your income statement. So we'll get to the end and we know what the answer is already, really. So income statement, we start off with sales. Basically this information will come straight from the trial balance. We could take them from this column, the income statement, but in fact we'll take them from where they should come from, and that's the trial balance and the adjusted trial balance. So sales less, less will be our contra accounts. Now, mostly things here should appear in the chart of accounts order, and if they don't, it's an indication that we probably should just rethink our chart of accounts. Now, that's not always possible to have it in the chart of accounts order, but ideally that would be the way it would be. So we've got less our contra accounts to sales. So I'll go and get the rest of those. I'll get their balances. So contra account, sales, returns, allowances, bad debt, expense, and discounts given. So I just copy the first one across, then fill down. Now, to work out our net sales equals, and net, it was our total less the sum of all the contra accounts. Now again, definition of net sales is contextual. You could come up with the term net sales somewhere else which might have a slightly different meaning if it was in a different context, but the context in the income statement is the sales less all of your contra accounts. And then we have cost of goods sold. So again, we go to the trial balance. We have cost of goods sold, total amount of cost of goods sold. Now, cost of goods sold down here. Now it has an associated account which is freight in, and there's different ways we could treat freight. We won't look at that here, but I'll just alert you to that. So there's some of these two items to give us the cost of our goods sold, including freight. Now we can work out our gross profit, which is net sales minus cost of goods sold. Now we need to work out our expenses. Now expenses, we were told in the helpful information that there's three categories. Well, firstly we're asked to do the income statement in the functional format, and so we need to work out what the functions of the business are. And we were told they were selling, finance. Well, finance is typically separated out, and the others were admin or maybe overhead. So let's go back, and again these should be in order. Ideally these would be in the correct order, but there's a minor variation we'll find here, and you need to be alert for that. So you need to think those things through. So trial balance, selling expenses is sales salaries is the only one. And the total of sales salaries are, again, you can just write these numbers in. Sales salaries 40,000. Then we've got admin, and that starts with depreciation. And put depreciation in. And this is where we find we have a slight issue we need to be alert to. Righto. I will just fill these down to here. You've got the spaces. Righto, we have here interest expense. Now interest is a finance cost, so let's put interest in the finance costs and see what we're missing. Now, the item we're missing is bank fees. Now, and under some interpretations, bank fees is a finance cost, but it's really just the cost of having your bank account, not the cost of borrowing the money. But that's, that's an arguable point either way. We're going to treat it as an admin cost. So the chart of accounts order is not perfect here. So we need to go to bank fees, and this will be J38.39 be the cost for bank fees. So now we add up all the totals. And again, so we've got sales less cost of goods sold equals gross profit, less all of our expenses, and I'll add all of these up. Equals our total expenses. So net gross profit minus total expenses equals our net profit. Now we need to apportion this to the owners. So we do these, our owners, one at a time. So we go A Noble Capital. We need to add share of profit. Add share of profit. And that will give us a subtotal, which we can put in, and then we need to deduct drawings. A Noble drawings. So what do we have? Here is a subtotal. Can't write in there, so maybe I can write in here. Let me just put in the subtotal then. And now we've got the closing balance. A Noble Capital, which will become our opening balance next year. Now we now need to do the same thing for B Noble, but I'll stop the video here and you can do that. And then we need to get the total of each, which will be these two added together, which will be important for our balance sheet, which we could do next. In fact, I think the next video I'll put up will do with closing entries. But that's pretty much all we'll need in terms of videos for the practice set. Thank you.